The Garden of Eden is inside of you. I've experienced it. I was just on the live stream talking about some of my Garden of Eden philosophy, and it just cut me off all of a sudden. But I'm going to pick back up right where I left off, talking about the migratory ecology of this planet. You know, I was talking about Cain and Abel and herder mentality versus agriculturists, and how the agriculturalists destroyed the way of life of the hunter-gatherers, herders, people living with the land, nomads. You know, that's a whole thing we can get into. But at this moment, thinking about the migratory ecology of this planet, the nomadic ecology that we destroyed when we came in and claimed land ownership over the folks that have been living here for a long time. A long time they were here, and because we saw them as not doing any work on the land, having no ownership, the church had decreed that we had the right to take that land. And because we did all that hard work on the fences, because we did all this toiling and backbreaking labor to grow these crops that didn't want to grow on this land, as we eradicated the natural abundance that had grown here just fine for a long, long time. Now we decided we could fence that off, and we could reserve special places for the natives. And for a long time, they followed the buffalo, the Lakota, followed the buffalo around the Black Hills on this big migratory ecology. That was their food source, so you'd follow along with the buffalo. They were sacred. And then, of course, the wolves would also follow the buffalo because they would hunt them. We're equals. You know, the wolves, they might win a fight, we might win one. We hunt the same things. They would follow the buffalo, but they're, of course, also hunting deer. So are we. So the deer would follow the same migratory ecology all around. And then also, obviously, they're hunting smaller game, too. So the rabbits, will say, they would follow the same migratory ecology. And there would be this whole entire sweep of energy that would come to all these new ecosystems and communities every year, and they would count on that natural abundance of energy, of life. You know, things there needed that nourishment. They would carry seeds on their back, and that's how seeds would travel, and all of life would travel in these big swirls. It was the same thing on the East Coast with the chestnut trees. As the chestnuts ripened, there was an entire migratory ecology. And then, of course, we show up and we cut down all the chestnut trees and build antique furniture. And then you come in with fences, you cage Eden, and now all of a sudden, everything dries up. All feel this scarcity, this not having enough, when an entire continent, an entire planet, the entire Garden of Eden freely gave and had full abundance for every creature that was here, until we insisted on imposing our world of convenience, which has conveniently convinced us that we owe somebody else for the right to exist here on this earth, our plentiful planet Earth, our mother. We are the ones that hold the key to the agency of our own abundance.